When a zombie outbreak occurs, there's one type of zombie you should absolutely avoid, the kind that relentlessly follows you around. Even if you run to the ends of the earth, they'll catch up and tie you up. If you're unlucky enough to be targeted by one of these zombies, remember, never be foolish enough to try and outrun them. Even if you fight with all your might, you won't be able to outrun them. The best way to deal with these zombies is to hide. Look at this man in the tree, he's very clever. To avoid the zombies, he actually climbed up the tree to sleep. Even if the zombies below jumped until their legs broke, they couldn't reach him. The man only climbed up after the zombies had gone far away. Ken climbed down from the tree, but a fat guy insisted on racing the zombies. Terrified, the fat guy ran and shouted, quickly attracting zombies from all around. Desperate to survive, the fat guy unleashed his full power and sprinted towards the highway. Luckily, he found a car along the way and successfully shook off the zombies. But before long, the car was gone. And he was hungry, so he decided to go to the supermarket to find something to eat. But to his utter surprise, a zombie found him. Before the fat guy could even eat, he had to start running like a duck. Unexpectedly, the zombie proved to be faster than Subing Tian. Little Fatty, realizing he couldn't outrun it, cleverly climbed onto the truck next to him. This time, Little Fatty finally learned his lesson. The persistent zombie continued to ram the car from below, but no matter how powerful it was, it couldn't overturn it. Exhausted, Little Fatty decided to lie down and rest for a while. After some time, it suddenly became quiet. Little Fatty peeked out and checked, finding no trace of the zombie on either side. He thought the zombie had left, but the next second, he discovered that the old bastard was still guarding the back of the truck. Little Fatty quickly tried to slip away from the front. He carefully moved his body little by little, but even after doing so, the zombie still spotted him. Little Fatty quickly returned to the roof, but this time the zombie followed him up. It seemed this zombie had evolved to be smarter than Little Fatty. Little Fatty quickly turned and jumped into the nearby RV. But when he went out, he found the zombie guarding the door. Terrified, Little Fatty turned and jumped out the window to escape, but the zombie wasn't going to give up and jumped out the window to chase after him. At this point, Little Fatty was utterly desperate. Facing this zombie, he not only unable to fight, outrun, or even outsmart the zombie, the desperate Little Fatty could only hide and resign himself to fate. He thought he was doomed, but then a passing man lured the zombie away. A fight quickly broke out between the two, and the brave man emerged victorious. Unfortunately, the man's neck was bitten by the zombie. Little Fatty knew the man was beyond saving, so he picked up his shield, ready to kill his savior. After getting rid of the zombie, Little Fatty planned to get some gasoline from a wrecked car. Thankfully, this method was effective. But then, he spotted a zombie wandering around nearby, so he quickly stopped what he was doing to refuel his car. He was almost finished when the female zombie suddenly noticed him. The chubby guy immediately dropped the gas can and ran. Luckily, the zombie didn't chase him. It seemed the female zombie was indeed much gentler than the male zombie. But not long after the chubby guy left, he encountered another survivor. It turned out the woman also wanted a ride with the chubby guy. The chubby guy was worried she was a bad person, so he refused. But the next second, the woman lied and said she was pregnant. Hearing this, the chubby guy softened. But as soon as the woman got into the car, he opened the driver's side door, and the next second, a man rushed over and shot the chubby guy in the head. Sure enough, humans in the apocalypse are more terrifying than zombies. But the two hadn't gone far after grabbing the car when they crashed into the tires. At that moment, the dead chubby guy suddenly turned into a zombie and pounced on the vehicle. It turned out that this virus had already infested the bodies of living people. As soon as a living person died, they would immediately mutate and become a zombie. After turning into a zombie, the chubby guy not only ran faster, but he also lost all fatigue. He chased the two for several blocks. The two found a car on the roadside and prepared to drive away, but unexpectedly, the chubby guy held on tightly. Having successfully climbed onto the roof from the back of the car, the man floored the accelerator, trying to throw the chubby guy off. But the chubby guy clung tightly to the roof, refusing to budge. The next second, he punched the sunroof, shattering it, and grabbed the man. Even if he became a zombie, he'd drag the two of them down with him. The terrified couple began to struggle frantically. The next second, the car swayed wildly, crashing and jolting, like a drunkard. Even so, the chubby guy still held on tightly to the roof. The next second, the car crashed into a wall, killing the two inside instantly. Having avenged himself, the chubby guy began a life of wandering,